Hello everyone, my name is Mini Sethi. I hope you all are staying healthy. Today we are going to talk about absorption and elasticity approach to balance of payment. First of all, we are going to talk about absorption approach, then elasticity approach. So what is absorption approach? According to this approach, countries' balance of trade can improve only if countries' output or income increases by more than its absorption. According to this approach, countries' balance of trade can improve only if countries' income or output increases by more than its absorption. Absorption means expenditure of any country. For example, consumption expenditure, investment expenditure, expenditure by government, etc. So we can say that according to this approach, countries' balance of trade can improve only if countries' output or income increases by more than its expenditure. Now we will see formula of calculating balance of trade according to this approach. In this equation, Y is equal to national income, or we can say the national output, and C is equal to consumption expenditure, I is equal to investment expenditure, G is equal to government expenditure, X is equal to export, and M is equal to import. As we earlier discussed, our absorption are our expenditure, like consumption expenditure, investment expenditure, and government expenditure. That's why in this equation, C plus I plus G is equal to absorption. Here A represent our absorption. As we know, balance of trade is equal to X minus M. Balance of trade is equal to export minus M. So here we write X minus M is equal to B. Here B represent our balance of trade. We can write this equation as B is equal to Y minus A. Here B is our balance of trade and Y is our national income, or we can say national output, and A is our absorption. So this is a formula to calculate balance of trade according to this approach. Here B is balance of trade, Y is national income, or we can say that Y is national output. A is absorption, or we can say that A is our expenditure. If Y is more than our expenditure, or we can say that if our national income or output is more than from absorption, then balance of payment will be in surplus. On the other hand, if Y is less than absorption, or we can say that if national income or national output is less than from our expenditure, then our balance of payment will be in deficit. Now we will see when devaluation will successful according to absorption approach. First of all, what is devaluation? Devaluation means when government of country deliberately reduce value of currency so that our export can increase and import can fall. Devaluation means when government of country deliberately reduce value of currency so that our import can reduce and export can increase. But how devaluation can increase export and reduce import? Because devaluation reduce value of our currency. Now our currency is not so much expensive. That's why other countries people will do demand for our currency, means they are buying more our country's product now. As a result, our export will increase. On the other hand, because of devaluation, other countries' currency will become very expensive for us. That's why we will reduce demand for other countries' currency, means we will reduce buying other countries' product. As a result, our import will fall. So we can say that devaluation will increase export and reduce import. As a result, our balance of trade will become in surplus. But devaluation will not successful if absorption are more than national output. For example, national output is equal to 50,000 and our absorption, or we can say that we are buying country's product in form of consumption and investment expenditure is equal to 60,000. Here we have lack of 10,000 product. In this case, we will increase our import. If we are increasing our import more than our export, as a result, our balance of trade will become in deficit. So we can say that devaluation will not successful if our absorption are more than national product. But our devaluation will successful if our national product is more than absorption. For example, national output is equal to 50,000 and our absorption are equal to 40,000. In this case, we have 10,000 product in surplus. So we can do export of these 10,000 product. As a result, our export will increase more than import and eventually our balance of trade will become in surplus. So we can say devaluation will successful if our national output is more than absorption. Now we are going to talk about elasticity approach to balance of payment. According to this approach, success of devaluation will depend on price elasticity of demand for export and price elasticity of demand for import. According to this approach, success of devaluation depend on price elasticity of demand for export and price elasticity of demand for import. As we know, devaluation reduces value of our currency. As a result, the price of export good will fall, and price elasticity of demand for export good means how much our export will increase when price of export good will fall. And when devaluation reduce the value of our currency, import good become very expensive for us because now price of import goods has increased, and price elasticity of demand for import goods means how much our import will fall as price of import goods will increase. Our devaluation can successful, or we can say that devaluation can improve balance of trade if price elasticity of demand of export and import is greater than 1. Greater than 1 elasticity in case of export means our export increase more as compared to fall in price. For example, price fall only 10%, but as compared to this, export demand increase 40%. And greater than 1 elasticity in case of import means our import fall more as compared to increase in price. Price increase only 10%, but as compared to this, demand for import fall 60%. So in this case, our export are increasing and import are falling. So we can say that our balance of trade will in surplus. So in this case, we can also say that our devaluation will successful. But our devaluation will fail, or we can say that our balance of trade will deficit or worsen when price elasticity of demand for export and import is less than 1. Less than 1 in case of export means export increase less as compared to fall in price. For example, price fall 60%, but export increase only 10%. Less than 1 in case of import means import fall less as compared to increase in price. Price increase 70%, but import fall only 20%. So in this case, our import will increase more as compared to export. So our balance of payment will go in deficit and our devaluation will fail. But in this case, when price elasticity of demand for export and import is equal to 1, devaluation has no effect. Now we will understand this theory with the help of this J curve. According to this theory, at short time period, price elasticity of demand for export and import is low, or we can say the less than 1. That's why our devaluation fail and our balance of trade go in deficit. Because at short time period, producer and consumer are not able to adjust with new situation. But at long time period, our devaluation can be successful and our balance of payment can be in surplus. Because at long time period, price elasticity of demand for export and import is greater than 1, or we can say that high. At long time period, producer and consumer also have enough time to adjust with new situation. In this diagram, you can see on x-axis we have time period, here we have deficit balance of payment, and here we have surplus in balance of payment. Initially, you can see our devaluation is fail because our balance of payment is going in deficit. But slowly you can see our balance of payment is becoming in surplus. When we join all this point, we will get our J curve. So this is all about these approaches. I think you got it, and thank you so much for watching this video. Bye. Take care.